Well, a very good evening and welcome to Delta T Racing. It's a Thursday night, so it's time for Division 3, and we are here for round number 10 from Japan. So let's just jump on with who is the first person out. Is going to be Kitchen, so we'll jump on and stay with him for this lap. So as you saw from the table previously, Benny Beno leading the way from Hammer's 20-point gap, 161 against 141. Pac-Man in third with 113 points. Bob's Fun fourth, 94. Then we've got Bogorowski in fifth, 69 points. Man Like Donkey in 6th with 61. Then we have Hummer on 54, Skipper 36, Rika 32, and rounding out the top 10 is Havoc Connor with 30. So still everything to play for with 3 rounds left to go. We've got obviously today in Japan, we have Qatar, and the final race in Abu Dhabi, if I remember correctly. So still an awful lot of points to play for, although Benny is in prime position at the moment. Hammers, I'm sure, will be trying to beat him today to close that gap down. Right, okay, so Kitchen on to his first lap, so down into the first corner, a bit held up there, but not too bad. So into the S's, feather the throttle lightly, a little bit conservative there, I think first lap out. Kitchen heading up towards the hairpin. So again, apologies, might be a few moments of silence today. Still got a bit of a suffering with the flu, so still get a bit of a coughing fit every now and then, but I'll do my best not to leave you in silence for too long. So Kitchen now coming up into Spoon. Slow out of that one. And needs to get a little bit more drive, but as I say, first lap out of the pits. Good evening, Benny, in the chat, although you should be driving. A talented man can do both at the same time. And Shane as well, good evening, mate. Right, so Kitchen, obviously taking provisional pole, but he is the first one out. Who is next? We're going to use the pad. Okay, so pad starting the lap. Who do we have behind? So where is Pac-Man coming into the final turn there? He's on the lap. Hammers with 28.8. Puts himself up into provisional pole position. Pac-Man 29.3. And Bogorowski 29.7. So doubling there with the 130 as well. Right, okay, who we go down to? Brother Adam. He's going to be next across the line. Followed by Composite. Composite jumps up 131.5. So a bit of a spread at the moment on the times. Ralph there putting 130.8. So 9 people have put their times on the board at the moment. Benny, jump on board with him, just coming out of Spoon. Heading up the back stretch onto 130R. He does have a car in front of him, gets out of the way, well done. Good to see. So Benny takes quite a bit of curb there, get on that throttle as early as you can, nice tight line into the wall, and we'll see what time he puts on the board, 128.3. But just half a second quicker than everybody else to start with. So take it nice and slowly there. We've got a spinner. Is it Kitchen? I think he might just be trying to get out of the way as he's going back into the pits. Yeah, Put a bit of a late turn in there, but obviously if he had an incident, there's not a lot he could do about it. So next across the line, we're going to have one of the Williams. Is it Scully? No, Scully's got further back. So I think a few will be coming into the pits now after doing their first run. So Japan again, one of those tracks where rain is likely. I don't know what the weather forecast is. I'm not sure if anyone's been kind enough to share it with me yet. Let me have a look. Nope. Oh dear, right. Scully is out of qualifying, so we'll give him a bit of peace. We'll jump on with Havoc, who is going to be on a first. Ben, he's not on an out. He's not on another lap, is he? No. No, so we'll let him come in. So, right, we will jump on board with Connor. Let's have a quick look at the outside cameras rather than on board all the time. So, Connor now going through the S's. We'll see what time he posts at the end of Sector 1, which is just coming up now, 31.8. Don't actually have any reference times. Who else we got on a lap? Skipper is on a lap, and Pavlosador as well. So they fairly close. No, not fairly close. Got a guy Kitchen obviously just behind him on an out lap. So we'll stick on board with Connor now going through. Spoon going out a little bit wide there. Hopefully getting on the throttle early enough, heading up towards 130R. Flat out left-hander. Breaking into the Casio triangle, onto last curve, onto the start finish line, hug that inside fourth, 129.0, so not a bad lap by Connor there. How is Pad doing? 2 seconds down on his time, so that's not going to be an improvement there. Skipper looking at putting his first time on the board, a purple sector 2 there. And Skipper could be up into the 28s as well. Comes round, we'll see what time Skipper puts in. 30.1. I thought it was quicker than that, to be honest, but purple sector on here doesn't actually necessarily mean you've set the fastest one. I think I remember back to Racer Champions when I had a purple sector 1, 2 and 3 and got the second quickest time, so work that one out. But right, okay, back on to a second run. Hammer's doing a little bit of cross country there, has got a new set of pedals that he's working with, so probably still getting used to the braking points at the current time, but I'm sure he will get there. So who is the furthest round? I think that is the AlphaTauri. No, it's Ralph on an out lap. Skipper. What happened to Skipper? Is he retired in the pits? I think Skipper probably thinks that's the best he can do. Or may have an issue, but obviously will not be starting any higher up than 9th place. So Hammer's coming into 130R now. He's doing a second out lap, got 100% ERS, but obviously with that bit of cross country as well. See how Bog's getting on. Oh, we have a spinner. Who do we have that's spun? Double. A spun coming out of Spoon. Not really going to affect anybody, I don't think. So Bob will be the next car through. Let's see how he's doing coming up towards the end of Sector 2. So he's half a second up on his time, 29.6. Could put him into the 28s, but needs a lot more than that if he's going to displace Benny at the top. Still half a second quicker than everybody else. So Bob does, yeah, 28.954. So just into the 28s. Hammers is out. What's up with the Hammers? Okie dokie. I wonder if Hammers might be having a little bit of pedal issues and find out. Hopefully not still in the championship fight. Right, okay. Bog 29.3. I think he's on a cool down lap now. Kitchen. Well, that's a different way of entering the pits, isn't it? Didn't even know that was there. We have a Ferrari just ahead, not Donkey. Yeah, looks like man like Donkey might have had a bit of an issue there. Okay, so let's have a look with Pac-Man, see how he gets on. Currently 5th position. 128.9, needs to find 0.6 of a second to put himself onto that front, well, put himself on the pole position. Needs just over a 1/10.5 to pinch second place from Hammers. That man coming up against a bit of traffic, not sure who that is in front of him. I think that might have ended his lap though. We've got a yellow in sectors 1, 2 and 3. There's still 4.5 minutes left, so still plenty of time to come in, put a fresh set of softs on and get yourself out for another run. This looks like Bog's going to do now. Ralph just coming around the Casio triangle. Is he going to pit? Yes, he is, with Pac-Man just behind him as well. So, anybody out on track at the moment? We've got Double on an out lap, Brother Adam on an out lap. And that's it for the moment. So, what we'll jump on with Brother Adam. So, jokingly in the chat, he was asking who's going to crash into him this week. He's been a tad unlucky this year, to say the least. Seems to just find himself in the right place at the wrong time. And has been taken out a fair few times, but hopefully he'll get a decent race today. Certainly has some pace on him, so can be pushing towards the top of the grid. But certainly needs to improve on that 30.5, currently 2.2 seconds off the pace. Okay, so Brother Adam starts his lap heading down towards turn 1. So double right-hander into the S's. So important to carry speed through these S's. It can make or break your lap. Okay, heading up left into Dunlop. It's a little bit wide there, but manages to keep it on the track. So often that can spit you off onto the right. So through Degner 1 and Degner 2, heading up towards the hairpin. That well, get onto the throttle nice and early and drive yourself down towards Spoon. So again, Spoon's such an important corner. You obviously need to take it at your speed, but you need to get a decent drive out of it for the long backstretch heading up towards 130R. It's one of the prime overtaking positions along with the start-finish line. But it is all dependent on you getting a good run out of the last part of Spoon. So round 130R, so Brother Adam now heading towards the end of the lap through the Casio triangle. to the start-finish line. He's going to put in 29.4, so 1.1 second improvement up into 9th position for him. Double as well with a 0.6 improvement, so he jumps up. He actually overtakes Brother Adam now, so up into 9th position. And Brother Adam, has he crashed or? Yep, I think Brother Adam has had an unfortunate incident after finishing his lap. Okay, who else? Bog's just about to, just starting his lap now. So 5 people out of qualifying already for various reasons. So Bog now coming through the S's up into Dunlop, heading down towards Degner 1 and Degner 2, then underneath the bridge up towards the hairpin. Bog now round Spoon, see how he gets out of it. Good, nice and early on the throttle, gets himself a good drive up the back straight towards 130 up. To the final 2 corners. Final 3 if you can include this one. So round, see what time Bog can put in. A 28.5 up in a 2nd place. Cracking lap by Bog there. 3/4 of a second improvement on his lap time. Bob Spun, I think, is going to have something to say about that 28.812, so cannot displace Bogorowski. So Kitchen on. So that was the end of that lap for him. I think Pac-Man might have aborted his. Oh no, I thought he'd aborted his lap, but it's 30.5, so 6th position for Pac-Man. So his first lap was the best one that he put on the board. Okay, Ralph is going to be next, just coming around Spoon at the moment. Stick on board with him. Man Like Donkey is the next after him to cross the line. It's going up behind him, a Ferrari. So Ralph improves on time but not on position. Man Like Donkey 2/10 up. Pops himself up in a 4th place. So Hammer's down to 5th at the moment. That is not going to be good for his title aspirations, especially with this man Benny Bruno. Current. He's aborted that one as well. Bog's on a slow down lap. I think that's our grid. So looking at Benny Bruno taking yet another pole position. Not quite sure how many that is off the top of my head, but it's pretty much weekly. Benny up there on pole position, normally pole position, and then tends to follow that up with pretty much fastest lap and the win. So I say Hammer's got it all to do, currently down in 5th and Pac-Man in 7th. So Benny's sitting pretty with his 2 closest rivals a fair way back. But Bogorowski in 2nd, a cracking lap by him, 28.5, so just 2/10 behind Benny. Bob Spun taking 3rd place. Man Like Donkey up into 4th. Yeah, so we've got Hammer's 5th, Kitchen in 6th, Pac-Man 7th, 8th Havoc Connor, 9th Double, 10th Brother Adam, 11th Ralph, 12th Composite, 13th Skipper, 14th Pavlosidor and 15th Scully. So just over a second separating pretty much the field. So hopefully it will line us up with some good racing. As I no idea what the weather's going to be, so it's going to be a lottery for us, but we will wait and find out. So just run through the official results. Benny Beno taking another pole position, or Bogrovsky in second, Bob Spahn in third. Then we've got Man Like Donkey fourth, Hammers fifth, Kitchen in sixth, Pac-Man seventh, 8 Connor ninth, Double 10th, Brother Adam 11th, Ralph 12th, Composite 13th, Skipper 14th, Padlosador, and 15th, without setting a time, will be Scully.
The beloved Suzuka had a couple of unplanned years away from the calendar, but it's now back where it belongs, at the heart of the Formula One season. Welcome along to the Japanese Grand Prix. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane.
Well, welcome back everybody. Just waiting for the drivers to select their setups, which they have, and then we'll be out on the formation lap. What we'll do is just bring up the tyres quickly to see who has gone for what. So pretty much, well, we've got the top 7 on mediums, Connor going for the long hard stint, then we've got double Brother Adam and Ralph on the mediums, and then Composite, Skipper, Pav and Scully at the back, all on softs, looking to make up places if they can. A medium soft is possible here. Obviously a lot depends on whether we're going to get any safety cars. Safe way to go is obviously the hard mediums, but as I say, the medium soft is possible if you can just stretch either the mediums a little bit longer or the softs. Right. So Benny taking another pole position. We'll just have a look, see if I can figure out how many pole positions he might have got this year. Quite a few, I think. So pole positions. So yeah, he's had 6 pole positions already, so this is his 7th pole position today. So pretty dominant, 7 pole positions from 10 rounds. The only other, well, we only got another 2 people that have taken pole, which Pac-Man taking it twice, and Kitchen with 1 pole position to his name. But certainly so far has been a dominant season from Benny Beno, has been pretty much a cut above the rest, although Hammers, as I say, still in there with 20 points just behind. And what are we looking? Pac-Man 48 points behind, so again not out of it by any means. Needs to keep himself within 52 points or he will be out of the championship fight. But still a long way to go, 27 laps, and anything can happen at Suzuka. Right, so here we are coming round to form the grid. So Benny slotting himself into pole position there, pretty much a position he has made his own this season. Scully at the back, just dropped off a little bit, but will line himself up, and once he does, we'll wait for the start line procedure of the green lights, and then we will be go. So let's see if we can get a decent grid position. So 2 red lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and away we go, and a good start as expected by Benny. A great start further back in the Haas for Kitchen, but nobody actually been able to make a move. Looks pretty clean so far. We've got the 2 Ferraris side by side, and yep, we are through without an incident, which is good to see. So Benny taking the lead, or keeping the lead from pole position. Look a bit further back, see what is going on. I'm sure we're going to see some fighting going down into the Degners. Potentially up into the hairpin is a good overtaking position if you can get a decent drive, but along the back straight around 130R is pretty much the prime overtaking position. A bit of a dive there by Kitchen up the inside. I'm not sure if he's given the position back there or whether Hammer's just got a better drive. And here we are going into Spoon. So Ralph and brother Adam battling away at the back here. So Ralph into 10th position. Let's get back towards the front, which is obviously where it's happening. Benny has just pulled the pin again and decided to disappear. Bog in 2nd place. We'll be looking at keeping on the back of him as best he can, obviously within that DRS zone, but already 1.1 seconds behind. But then I'm not sure if I believe this timing screen at the moment. So Kitchen there taking the place from Man Like Donkey. I thought there might have been a bit of contact there, but he made it through cleanly. So Kitchen up into 6th. A little bit wide there by Pac-Man, just puts a couple of wheels onto the grass, so he'll lose a little bit there. Brother Adam is, oh, don't tell me someone's crashing Brother Adam again. Not sure who it was, but right, Hammer's now right on the back of Bob Spun. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. Hammer's looking around the inside of 130R. Bob Spun going a little bit wide, certainly not giving up the position there. But Hammers has the inside, and he's still in there. These two are going to be side by side going down the start-finish line. And Bob just getting the better drive there. So further back, anything happening? So Pac-Man and Kitchen exchanging positions. Kitchen going for the move up the inside at the start of the S's and takes that position. So Pac-Man into 6th position, or down to 6th, sorry, Kitchen up into 5th. Now just have a look at positions made. Not a huge amount. I mean, Donkey down 3 is the biggest loser in the top half. Obviously, Brother Adam down 5. Hammers again on the back of Bob Spum, going up the back straight. Is he going to go for another move up the inside of 130R, or is he going to wait for the start-finish line and make the move under ERS and DRS into turn number 1? Here we are heading towards the Casio Triangle, the last turns on the course, right-hander onto the start-finish line. So hammers up the inside under DRS and ERS, little bit of wheel banging. Bob certainly doesn't want to give up that position, does he? But so far it's harsh but pretty fair so far. They've given each other space, had a teeny bit of wheel banging. But hammers now taking that position. What is going on? Pac-Man and Kitchen coming together. Not sure what happened there, but certainly not what Pac-Man wants, down into 10th position. We've got a virtual safety car. Will that turn into a full one? But we have our first casualty of the day, lap number 4, Kitchen. Looks like it had a bit of a tangle with Pac-Man. Pac-Man without a front wing there will need to pit. What tyres did he go for? Pac-Man on the medium, so I would expect he would probably slap on a set of hards, but we'll wait and see. But certainly no safety car out at the moment. The virtual safety car has now gone. Field is fairly spread out now. Bob dropping 1.7 behind. I think a lot of that is down to the safety car, but composite on the back of Havoc within just over half a second. Just ahead as well, we've got Ralph, who is closing on the back of Double. We're just a third of a second behind now with DRS. Should be active under the virtual safety car. Yep, but it is active. Will he have enough to make a move down into the first turn? I don't think he has. So Double has got some speed there. Either that or he was dumping his ERS, not quite sure. But Connor, unfortunately, it looks like he might have got caught up in the incident with Pac-Man and Kitchen. Pac-Man leaving the pits now. Connor ahead of him. So those two coming out the pits now. Will they get out before Skipper gets down? It's really tight. Yeah, so Connor's made it, but Pac-Man now behind Skipper. Okay, so Benny, 2.5 seconds clear. Have and Scully changing positions here. I'm not sure what happened there. But we'll keep an eye on it. Hammers is now closing in on the back of his teammate. I think there will be team orders in that, whether they'll use each other to try and pull each other along and close the gap on Benny. I think it would be wise to work together if they can. But this is the closest battle we have on track at the moment. Ralph, but he seems to lose time going down that start-finish line, so I can only assume that he is running a lot more downforce than Double, so obviously will be quicker through the corners, but when you need it to make the overtake down the straights, just doesn't seem to have it. So jumping back to the front, Benny bolted nearly 3 seconds clear now. So it does seem to be. So it's starting to get a bit like the 2023 F1 season, where it's a battle for second place. But Bog and Hammers, obviously teammates in the Alfa Romeos, leading the championship as well, for the constructors. So I'm sure they will be looking at the team game here. 2.2 seconds clear of Bob Spun in 4th. But Bog will let Hammers past. Ultimate team player, to be honest. Bog will help you out as best that he can. So I would expect, certainly down this straight, for Hammers to make the move and pop up into second place, and we'll then see if he can make any impact on Benny. There we go, Bog moving out of the way and letting Hammers up into second place. So hopefully Bog can hang on to the back of that battle. A bit further back, Ralph closer than he's been, but still losing time down this. I mean, he is closing slightly on the DRS, but he's not making up as much time as you would imagine he would. Pac-Man now making a move on Skipper, or trying to make a move on Skipper, and does make the move up the inside of 130R. So Pac-Man recovery has started up into 12th place. Ralph still just 2-3 tenths behind double, but it seems to be as he come up to the Casio triangle in the final turn, seems to just lose a little bit of time there, doesn't get a decent drive out of that final corner, and it's just allowing double to pull out. And so whether he is rinsing his ERS, I'm not sure. Let's see, this is the closest we've got on track. And Ralph really closing up this time, going through 130R. Will he go for a move into the Casio triangle? He does not. Let's see if he lines it up, gets a good exit out of the last turn. That's not bad. That's closer than he's been for a long, long time. So I think open up that DRS. Perhaps would have gone the other side, but double certainly not making it easy for him, going just about a car's width there. And Ralph now up into 6th place. So finally does make that move after what, 2 or 4 laps behind double. So up front, Bog just dropping out of the DRS zone behind Hammers now. He needs to keep himself within that, otherwise he's just going to drop further and further back. Double hanging on to the back of Ralph now. So as it stands, we have Benny Benoit leading, Hammers in 2nd place, Bogorowski in 3rd, Bob Spun 4th, Mailite Donkey 5th, 6th is Ralph, Albers in 7th, we've got double, 8th Composite, 9th Scully and 10th Pavlosidor. Rounding out the top 10, then we've got Connor, Pac-Man, Skipper and Brother Adam with 1 DNF so far of Kitchen. In true Nell Boy style, I completely missed that, so I can't actually tell you what happened other than it seemed there was contact with Pac-Man, forcing Pac-Man to pit, dropping down. I think Connor was caught up in that as well. So double still within DRS. So just hanging on to the back of Ralph. I think he is using a much lower downforce setting than Ralph, because he does seem to be able to close up significantly on the straights. It's just through the corners that he's losing time. Right, so lap number 9. Let's have a look at the tyres again, figure out who is on what. So Composite, Scully and Pav on 8 lap old softs. Not going to be too long before they go off, but if they do manage to be able to eke them out to about lap 12, they could then slap on the mediums and take those to the end. Pav now closing in on the back of Scully. They're just half a second behind. Lost a bit of time there going onto the grass, but up into the hairpin. Wonder if Hammers might have made a mistake up front, because 4.8 seconds now behind Benny Beno, and Bog has closed to within half a second. Here's the yellow for a man like Donkey, I think, having a bit of a spin in turn one. Let's jump back to the Scully and Pav battle. As I say, that is the closest we got. I mean, Bog's within a second now of Hammers, but I can't see him overtaking. Right, Connor now on the back of Pac-Man. So I think Pac-Man taking the place. Connor having a bit of a spin there. Don't take your teammate out. Don't take your teammate out. Right, okay. Good rejoin. So Connor back on track. I won't show him again because it seems like when I put him on the screen, he has a bit of a moment. So we'll leave him in peace. Man like Donkey having a tough race today. I think those softs might be starting to go off now. Certainly they seem to be struggling a little bit more for pace than the mediums. Mediums becoming the better tyre at the moment. A man like Donkey. Oh, jeez, that was a bit late and a bit hard, but we survive. Very much reminding me of Prost Senna a few years back. I think Mansell Senna as well. I think lots of people took Senna out. Well, mind you, Senna took Prost out at that corner. So Pav, I think, is really struggling on those tyres now. I think he'll be coming in and ditching those. So the two Alfa Romeo boys just line astern, 6 seconds behind Benny, but they're 5 seconds clear of fourth place Bob Spun. So both in a good position at the moment. Obviously going to need to split their pit stops, both on the same tyre. So I would have thought that Hammers will get preference as to when he wants to pit. And Bob has pulled the pin already, got rid of those mediums and gone on to hards. So with 15 laps go, you could... I'd have looked mediums, to be honest, and taken those to the end. I think hards are certainly going to be more durable, but they're going to be slower. The composite takes the position from Bob Spun there. Connor picking up a 3-second tyre penalty. I think it gives him 6 in total. Right, what have we got going on? Bob Spun on the back of composite, so obviously needs to get the heat into those hard tyres. Composite 11-lap-old softs are going to be struggling though. It's certainly approaching the point that if you wanted to come in, if you can get those softs, by the end of this lap, 15 on the mediums is more than doable. So, yeah, I would look at personally probably pitting at the end of this lap, slapping on a nice fresh set of the yellow-rimmed mediums, and take those to the end. Obviously, if you get a safety car, you can come in, slap on a set of softs towards the end. So who is going to be first to pull the pin of the soft runners? It will be Composite, Scully or Pav. No, Composite's going to give it another lap. So is Scully. How about Pav? What's he going to do? Has he had enough of those soft chat? He is indeed. So Pav's the first one on the softs to pull the pin. I think he might give him. He's certainly going to give him a little bit of a boost. I think they have much fresher tyres. Obviously to start with, just to close that gap. Obviously, I don't think there's anyone that he's going to get the undercut on. But we'll have some decent. He's gone for the hards. Okay. Don't quite get that. Scully as well, going for the hards. So if you, unless he hasn't got any mediums available, I suppose. But if you've taken a set of softs for 12 laps, then you can certainly take mediums for 15 laps. So don't quite understand that decision. So right, it's pretty spread out at the moment. As a Benny with a setting. In fact, let's put Benny on screen because we don't show him that much because he just disappears out front. But he has been, let's say, the class of the field this season. Obviously showing that with numerous pole positions, numerous wins, numerous fastest laps, and leading the championship. So Man Like Donkey now coming in to ditch those mediums. What's he going to go? He's gone hards as well. Okay. So currently 1-2 in the championship are 1-2 in the race. So good backup by Bob, 1.9 seconds behind Hammers, 23 seconds clear of double, but obviously yet to, well no, double, so 23, 26, about 27 seconds clear of Bob Spun. Not sure what the overall pit loss is here. Okay, so Pac-Man now on to the back of Ralph. So looking to make his recovery up in the 7th already, looking for 6th place, but then he's got a 12-second gap to Bob Spun when he gets past here, so could find that his progress is a little bit halted. Also the fact he's done 9 laps on those mediums with 8 to go, 17 laps, 18. I think it might be a bit of a stretch on those tyres. And as if by magic he decides to pull in, is he going to go for a set of softs? Looks like mediums to me. Another set of hards. Okay, I'm really struggling to understand some of the tyre choices today. So Connor back into 10th now, 2 seconds behind Composite and chasing him down. And Bob Spun closing in on the back of double, and so 11 lap different tyres, obviously different compounds, but he is gonna have certainly much fresher tyres, more grip. So the front three continuing on their 15 lap old mediums. They will certainly be trying to eke them out to go on to the softs. So Bob there back up into 4th place. Go on, Pac-Man, he is closing on the back of Scully. Oh! And Pac-Man is out of the session, and we have a virtual safety car there. So Pac-Man looking to make the move up the inside of Scully. Seemed to just lose the back end, unfortunately hitting the wall, then catapulting across to the other wall, and we've got a full safety car. I think we've got a full safety car. Yeah, the safety car is out, even though it's still saying virtual safety car. We have a full track caution. So ideal opportunity for the front three to come in and pit, which they will do. Obviously Bog is going to double stack a little bit behind his teammate. Hopefully it is not too bad. Oh, it was almost perfect. A slight hesitation there, but pretty much perfect. So hopefully he can get himself back out into third place, obviously with a massive tyre advantage over the others now, but I can see them all coming in. I see Scully picking up a drive-through penalty there. Unfortunately, speeding under the safety car. Had that happen myself quite a few times. Obviously, the Delta's not your friend. 1 minute it can be nearly a second over, and then all of a sudden you're nearly a second under. So Pac-Man leaving the session there and leaving the race as well, and unfortunately I think that could be him leaving this season's championship. I'll just quickly work it out in my head, but he was 48 points behind. There'll be 52 points left to play for. So, but yeah, pretty much taking it down to a two-horse race now. It's unfortunate for Pac-Man there. So it didn't seem to be his race today at a few instances. He called up early on in the incident, I think, with Kitchen, and I think Connor getting dragged into that as well. And then unfortunately they're going for the move on Scully. So I don't think there was contact, but it was hard to tell from the angle. It just looked like he lost the back end. It kind of swayed a bit on him, push him into the wall on the right hand side, bouncing across to the left and ending his race. So unfortunate for Pac-Man there. Also unfortunate for Ferrari, who are second, I think, in the constructors. In fact, let's pop it up. Ferrari, yeah, second with 174 points. So looking good for the Alfa Romeo boys at the moment in second and third, picking up some good points, with the only remaining Ferrari in the race in 12th position outside the points. So it could be a good haul for them there. Obviously Alpine 165 points, Benny Binot I think has pretty much taken most of those, although Pav's currently up in 9th place, so picking up a few points there. Bob's slowing right down now. I think we've got one of these stupid deltas again, which hopefully we'll sort out in a future game, but sometimes think we ask for too much. So Benny at the front, he's, what do you have, a 7-second lead, just completely eroded. All that hard work done and gone, but to be honest with you, I think the pace advantage that he has, he's just going to pull away from Hammers anyway. Hammers and Bog obviously need to work together to try and maintain that second and third, with Bob Spun and Double behind on fresh softs as well, so they'll be looking to make a bit of a charge. But again, a position that was looking really, really good for the Alfa Romeos, sitting in second and third. I think they had a 5-6 second gap to the car behind. And now it's all gone. So lap number 18 of 27. So 9 laps to go after this one. And this is his first, is it first safety car? I think we had a virtual safety, didn't we? But I think this is our first full safety car of the day. Through the grid. The two McLarens in 7th and 8th. So didn't have the best qualifying, but they've certainly pulled themselves up in the race. Pavlosador in 9th, but on those 5-lap hold hards, he's going to struggle to get heat into those at the restart. And I think he is going to become a little bit of prey to the two Aston Martins of Brother Adam and Connor behind. Man like Donkey obviously will have a decent amount of speed in the Ferrari on those mediums as well. And Scully back of the grid, but he is on those softs, so we're just waiting for him to close in now. I think safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Scully will catch up. Actually, the speed that the safety car's going, but also the fact that they will bunch up in the final sector anyway. There is a Scully. So going around the second part, Dunlop has now caught the back of the field. So I believe the safety car will be in this lap. Benny will look to maintain his lead, try and pull away from Hammers as quick as he possibly can. Hammers at least has Bog behind him as a bit of a blocker on Bob Spun, so hopefully you'll be able to give him a chance to build a bit of a gap. Yep, safety car in this lap. They've got a few gaps in the field there. Need to close them up as quick as they can. Right, so when is Benny going to go? Probably wants to go out of the chicane. Now, yep. And he has gone. Right, what have we got going on behind? Looks like Bog getting a good takeaway as well. Bob Spun just behind, double. Coming under pressure from Ralph, but keeping the position. Everything else behind is as we were. Okay, so Benny getting a good start there, 0.8 of a second ahead of Hammers. Bog still in 3rd place, coming under pressure from Bob Spun. Then they've got a bit of a gap back to double already of a 1.5 seconds. Ralph makes the move on double and up into 5th position. Skipper and Composite look like they've exchanged positions. Not sure if that was team orders or just the better tyre, to be honest with you. But Skipper now all over the back of double. And Bob Spun all over the back of Bogarowski. So what we've got going down here, man like Donkey. Very close at the back, a little bit of contact there. I think Havoc just getting caught out by Donkey's braking zone there. Benny Bernard 29.4, 1.6 seconds clear over one lap. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Right, here we go. Anybody looking at making a move? I think Brother Adam and Bavlosador, and Man Like Donkey takes advantage of that and moves up the inside. So Brother Adam up into 9th. Skipper is all over the back of double. She has that tyre. No, it doesn't have a tyre advantage. What I'm talking about is Ralph further up on the medium. Connor now past Pav. I think Pav regretting staying on those hard tyres. Delhi 29.2 just seems to get quicker and quicker and quicker. And wind him up and watch him go, basically. The DRS now enabled. This is where Bob really needs to break that 1 second over this lap. Otherwise, Bob is just going to be sitting there in his DRS, saving his DRS, and will look for the attack towards the end of the race. Keep an eye back here because we've got a nice little sort of 5-car train here. Perhaps I can just keep an eye on what is happening further up, see if that gap does reduce between Bob and Bob's Fun. Which it is, it's down to, oh, we're back at 0.6 of a second now. I think we did have it down to about 0.3. But it looks like he has been using a fair amount of DRS to just close that gap. Even within half a second, does have DRS in his back pocket now. Bog probably better off with DRS, but only slightly. Brother Adam making up another position up the inside of Composite there, so Adam up into 8th. I think Brother Adam was had picked himself out a film to watch tonight, because with his bad luck this season being taken out, I think he picked himself a film to watch just in case. But Donkey now all over the back of Composite. 3-lap younger tyres, the same compound, so not a huge amount of difference between the two. We like Donkey getting the switch back there. Is he going to make this stick? He stays around the outside, which obviously the outside is going to become the inside when we get to Spook. Oh! Composite recovers. I thought we had a retirement there, but no, he has recovered. So yeah, there's a bit of a tangle there, but luckily we still have both drivers in the race. So Man Like Donkey now on the charge for Brother Adam, but he has Havoc Connor breathing down his neck. Skipper now making the move on double and up into 6th place. Adam all over the back of double, just struggling to make that move. I wonder if he will look to dive up the inside, heading up towards the hairpin. The skipper just a little bit ahead of him. So Brother Adam can see 6th in his ice eye line there. Connor and Donkey battling away, and Connor taking the position. So the Aston Martin boys in 8th and 9th as it stands. No like Donkey and the Ferrari down into 10th, so only a single point for Ferrari as it stands. Still 3 laps to go. Brother Adam makes the move up the inside of a double, so up into 7th place for the Aston Martin. Will now look to try and close that 1 second gap down on Skipper with just a couple of laps left to go. Right, let's jump back to the front. Benny, okay, 5.2 seconds clear. Hammer's comfortable in 2nd place with a 2.7 second gap over his teammate, who has the Red Bull of Bob Spun breathing down his neck, as he has been for the last few laps. So just a couple more laps. If Bog can hold it, that would be an excellent podium for him, and well deserved. I've taken 2nd place in qualifying, only really dropping a position because he gave the position to his teammate. But strong race so far from Bog. Hopefully that will continue. The rest of the field is pretty spaced out now. As I should say, Brother Adam now does have that gap down to under a second, so if he can keep that going through 130R up onto the start finish line, then he will at least have DRS and can close it, and he should do. He's down to 0.6 now. Connor getting another penalty. Is that 6 or 9 seconds he's got? I'll have a look in a mo. In fact, I'll do it now. Penalties, yeah, 9 seconds for Connor. Pretty easy to pick up penalties here. Let's get rid of the tyres. We don't need that anymore with a lap and a half to go. A man like Donkey coming into the pits. It's probably a bit late for that, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Benny coming up towards Spoon for the 26th and penultimate time, looking to take yet another victory this year, and we'll look at extending his lead at the top of the championship by, will probably be another 8 points, won't it? Because he's going to get 25 plus 1 for the fastest lap, as opposed to 18 for Hammers. So yeah, we're looking at an 8-point gap there, so it's going to move that to 28 points. So more than a race at victory and fastest lap. Bog and Bob missed that. Sorry, Bog. Bog has lost the position to Bob, but is now sitting in the DRS zone. Has he got enough to be able to pull this in and make the move on Bob? Looks like he has. Looks like he has. Goes to the outside. Pinched a little bit. Again, it's a first turn. Bob there, I think, just trying to find a safe time that he can return. And after this one, you're free to go. Oh, he's out, DNF. So he must have retired on track. Pav also out. Okay, right. Anyway, let's get back to the front. So Benny with an 8.5 second lead. Composite and Connor battling away here. Or were. Brother Brother Adam is closing on Skipper, but it's just whether he's got enough. Ralph just up the road as well. But anyway, Benny now coming up the back straight for the last time onto 130R. We'll be heading into the Casio Triangle and then on to the last curve to take yet another stunning victory, to be honest. Another dominant display by Benny Benoit. Second is going to be Hammers bringing it across the line. And he does there. And Bog coming home in third position. Ralph's going to bring home fourth for the AlphaTauri, with Skipper and Brother Adam just behind him. So Brother Adam finally finishing the race. Well done, mate. Happy for you. No one took you out today. Double coming home in seventh. Eighth for Composite. Ninth for Connor. He's going to keep that as well, even with the penalties, because Man Like Donkey is so far back and also has a penalty as well. So Man Like Donkey crossing the line there. And last but by no means least is Scully going through now to the final turns. Does take the checkered flag. Okay, so another victory for Benny Benoit, who will extend his championship lead, as we said, to 28 points. Hammers will remain in second place. Pac-Man will fall off the pace, obviously, after that DNF today. But a massive congratulations to Benny. I can't speak highly enough of the guy this year. He has just been brilliant. So, you know, congratulations to him. Whether it's, you know, I think he's been practicing hard and, you know, odds on to win the title now. And not his first title either. He won the title a few seasons back. I was lucky enough to be his teammate at Williams, and pushed me, or I pushed him as hard as I could, but he came out victorious. So let's go through the finishing results. So Benny Benoit taking the win and fastest lap. Hammers in second place, third Bogorovsky, fourth Ralph Albers in sixth. Skipper for the McLaren, then Brother Adam Aston Martin double in seventh, Composite in eighth, Havoc Connor ninth, Man Like Donkey rounding out the top 10, so getting a point for the Ferraris there. But it's a good day, 33-point gain for the Alfa Romeo in the championship. And then Scully in 11th, and then, I mean, Bob Spun DNF'd on the last lap, so did Pavlosidor. Pac-Man not finishing early on, and Kitchen an early casualty, unfortunately. So, that brings to an end this week's broadcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's been some good racing there. And we go next week to Qatar. So 2 rounds left. Benny could tie up the championship next week. As I say, 28-point gap. Will only really need to finish within 2 points of Hammers, or within a point of Hammers, and he will bring home the season 8 championship. So we'll look forward to that. But we'll be back same time next week on Thursday. Obviously on Wednesday we will have Division 2 live. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it.